Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, James Swinney, coming at you this Wednesday afternoon from my desk here at the Modern Wall Street studio in the financial capital of the world, and I'm in a great mood because I feel like a proud of American. I'm ready for Game 7. But before I talk about that, before I get overly excited, I have to talk about the markets because a lot happened today too. It's nearly 4 o'clock. The markets, they're about to close. I need myself a drink to prepare for tonight's Game 7 like a real, true American and celebrate because it's happy hour here in the Big Apple. Now stocks, they are lower this Wednesday after the U.S. Federal Reserve decided to keep its interest rates unchanged as worries surrounding the upcoming presidential election continues to affect investor sentiment. Now with the financial markets anticipating a rate hike before the end of this year, the Federal Reserve held its interest rates steady once again. However, the Fed making no direct comment to a coming rate increase at its upcoming December meeting, a move that the market is strongly anticipating. Investors also watching out for new developments in the U.S. presidential election front. In less than 1 week, what seemed to at one point be a sure victory for Hillary Clinton has turned into a tight race, with Republican nominee Donald Trump's numbers spiking following a letter saying that the FBI is looking into new emails related to Hillary Clinton. At the same time, on the economic front today, ADP said the U.S. economy creating less jobs than expected in October, adding just 147,000 jobs, while the U.S. dollar fell, U.S. crude prices sinking 2.85% to settle at $45.34 a barrel. When you combine all of this, you have yourself a session right now where about 3 stocks are in the red for every decliner, for every advancer over at the New York Stock Exchange. Let's take a look now to see how the markets are shaping up to close out this, the more than halfway trading point of the week. And rather than end on a corporate note, I'm going to end with a public announcement, if I dare, because tonight is Game 7 of Major League Baseball's World Series. Game 7. You win, you're the champion. You lose, you're done. Now, I know a lot of people don't watch sports, especially baseball across the globe, but you really should be watching, especially if you're an American, because it's America's pastime, and it's baseball, and the ratings are doing a lot better than American football. And when you see this World Series, you'll understand why. But if you don't like sports, you should still be watching, because if you don't like sports, that usually means you're watching reality television. It doesn't get any more real than live sports Game 7. No scripts. Set cameras, you perform in the moment. You can't teach that, you can't script that, and at the end of this evening, either the Chicago Cubs or the Cleveland Indians will snap a giant losing streak and become the champions of baseball. Think about that for a second. Now, that's reality, that's sports, and that's why we, as Americans, have a duty to watch this, and those of you that aren't should be watching it as well because it rarely happens. I believe it's the 38th Game 7 World Series in the history of World Series. Oh, I can't wait. For Modern Wall Street saying, let's go wild thing, because you make my heart sing. I'm James Swinney.